Good evening from the Liberia Broadcasting System in Painesville. Welcome to Lntv News Live, 30 minutes of news from Liberia and other parts of the world. My name is DAVIES, and coming up on this edition of the program, World Bank approves financial assistance to Liberia in the country's fight against COVID-19. Ahead of deployment tonight, Armed Forces of Liberia vows not to harm peaceful and law-abiding citizens during stay-home restriction enforcement. Good Friday and National Fast and Prayer Day pass off quietly as Liberians begin observing state of emergency. And away from home, new outbreak of Ebola confirmed in the Democratic Republic of Congo amidst the country's fight against the coronavirus. These stories plus more are all coming up in this edition of the program. Keep tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. The Armed Forces of Liberia has vowed that it will never harm peaceful and law-abiding citizens during the enforcement of the stay-home measure as directed by President George Weah. While declaring a state of emergency on Wednesday, the Commander-in-Chief George Weah ordered the AFL to join other security forces in enforcing the lockdown to stop the spread of COVID-19. In a release, the AFL said it would deploy Friday night as directed by the President under an operation codenamed Fighting COVID-19 in Liberia, a necessity for all. The AFL said while it does not intend to harm peaceful and law-abiding citizens, its soldiers are under lawful obligation to enforce the stay-home directives ordered by President Weah. The Liberian Army is meanwhile appealing to the general public to cooperate with the government and avoid any confrontation with security agencies during the deployment of troops and lawful enforcement of the stay-home mandate. The Liberian government's fight against the coronavirus pandemic has attracted additional financial support from the World Bank. It followed the World Bank's approval of $7.5 million United States dollars to help Liberia respond to the threat posed by the coronavirus. The financing consists of $3.75 million grant, while other $3.75 million is a concessional credit through the International Development Association. A World Bank release said the move will help strengthen the government's immediate capacity to respond to the COVID-19 outbreak in the longer term, strengthen its response to disease outbreaks and emergency. It also complements ongoing support provided through the second Regional Disease Surveillance Systems Enforcement Project, which has made available up to $9.5 million for the response. Ahead of the state of emergency to take effect midnight Friday, our reporter toured several areas in central Monrovia to find out how the people are reacting. Friday, the eve of the state of emergency, is a major day for Christians in Liberia, but as Edward Tama reports, many people stay off the streets in adherence to the presidential order.
As required by law, I, George Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia, hereby declare a state of emergency to exist in and throughout the Republic of Liberia.
A once populated, now deserted central Monrovia. It seems the people are adhering to the state of emergency declared by President George Weah. But it also seems a misunderstanding of the declaration. Whether they understand the state of emergency meaning or fear of the presence of the armed forces of Liberia should the SOE comes into effect.
Because they fear the state of emergency.
People are afraid?
Yeah, most people are afraid to stay home. Because they're hoping that the security will be on the street to beat them. Yeah, so everybody is afraid to stay home.
So when you understand of state of emergency?
State of emergency means everybody should stay into to observe setting or action. If due to the pandemic or into the war, we need to observe the situation of in the war now. So the government decided to tell the citizens of Liberia to stay into to observe the situation.
Civil customer, no post here, they not even coming around.
Why can't they stay away?
It's like because of this virus now.
And also, therefore, yesterday the president declared state of emergency that must start mainland tonight. You think that's what's affecting businesses today?
Yeah, affecting most of us.
But you really understand what the state of emergency is all about?
Yeah, I understand.
What is it about? Just tell me.
Yeah, it's all about us staying home where we'll be able to take care of our children, ourselves, so that we can encounter with this virus.
Though it is yet to take effect. But whatever the case is, it seems the people are abiding to the regulations intended to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Ahmedu Atama reporting.
Many thanks to Edward Tamba for that report. Indian Counsel General Abjad Singh Sadiva has assured the Liberian government of the Indian community's continuous support to Liberia in crucial time of need. Mr. Sadiva made the vow at the 14th Military Hospital when he presented assorted materials including hospital beds, uniforms, and other essential items to the government of Liberia on behalf of the Indian community in Liberia.
On behalf of Indians living in Liberia and as Honorary Consul General of India in Liberia, we have come here to identify with you all the health practitioners. We are touched by the level of work done by doctors, nurses, janitors, and all other health workers and the men and women of the armed forces of Liberia. During my conversation yesterday and day before with Dr. He was very passionate and worried about the safety of health workers at the hospital and requested for 10 aluminum doors, 5 double doors, which without hesitation and waiting for the donation ceremony, we delivered it yesterday. Also, he requested us for folding hospital beds, nurses' uniform, bedsheet pillows, covers, electric washing machine, electric dryer, among others. Dr. Brown, we are pleased to inform you that we have brought everything as part of our donation. Here, and I'm pleased to present you on behalf of Indians living in Liberia. Thank you very much to everybody. Dr. Brown, we are very, very grateful to you for what you and your team are doing. I'm really, really gratified. And this is not the end. I hasten to say this is an initial contribution. And Dr. Brown, as you know, previously we worked together in Ebola. Whenever you need anything, please give me a call. We are a shout away from you. And we will be there for you as we are partners in progress. And Liberia is our second home. I thank you.
While receiving the materials on behalf of President George Weah, Foreign Minister Gbesanga Finlay lauded the Indian community for the gesture.
President of the Republic of Liberia, who I represent here today, has asked me to come and receive your donation and contribution and to extend to you and the Indian community his heartfelt thanks and appreciation for your donation to the nurses and doctors and the military at the 14th Military Hospital. The President is very concerned on how we win this battle against this coronavirus and wants to see all Liberians joining together to fight this virus. I will pass on to Dr. Brown and to the Colonel the 100 bags of rice for the military, Colonel has been donated for the staff, the military taking care of this hospital. And let me congratulate you and your staff for such a wonderful work. Just little over a year and a half ago when the President booked grounds, you can see that the President meant business to ensure that this hospital become a reality. Today we are in this facility.
Also speaking, the General Administrator at the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, Dr. Jerry Brown, described the donation as timely and reserved special praise for President Weah for the construction of the 14th Military Hospital.
Report to your health personnel whenever you have any signs and symptoms of the disease. Yeah. That's the only way we can all work together to prevent corona from spreading further. If we don't observe those rules, we'll have a long way to go and we'll have many deaths. Something we all want to prevent. We all hope we can strive to ensure that we overcome this. I would like to take this time to say a big thank also to the President of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah. Because years ago when he thought about the construction of the 14th Military Hospital, it was fun to others. But today, this facility is a major institution that we are using today to care for patients. Had it not been visionary enough, today we have been difficult having a site to attend to corona patients. Sorry, we can't show you those patients because it won't be good for your own health. But just know that we have many of them here as we speak. We have 26 of them. And we hope and pray.
As announced by President George Weah, the state of emergency will come into effect later tonight at 11:59, and for the next 3 weeks, travel between counties will be prohibited. That will affect the price of some commodities that are often brought in the city from neighboring counties. Charcoal is one commodity used by households for energy to cook their food, and it seems that the price of the commodity is already increasing, as a bag is now sold for more than 700 Liberian dollars. Lntv on Friday caught up with some charcoal sellers and brought this report.
When that thing happen, we will not be able to go for coal. Because they're closing the road. They coal press go up. Because it's easy to go. Now you want the carpet I pay not small thing. Because they put in they reduce the number in the car. So the people what they reduce, when you 2 or 3 in the car, they add in another person who not press on you to pay. So it's going on no gas. It's carrying the coal press up. Now no coal, nana. See the way no coal. No coal, nana the coal finish. And if you want to hear that, but with coal in, we think how we'll go for it. My own wagon said when I can get 350, they can go for 2 months. Nana pay $200 for just to pay 1 bag of coal way to be 200. They want to be how much was selling. I buy a group for 400. I pay 200 to be what the time I was selling. So get myself. So it's hard for us. The beginning I want now, what would get Maggie? Some of all won't do not depend on survive, only the Maggie will say. You selling Maggie, south, you selling Maggie, who you do anything. They work for Maggie.
Okay, so
there will be a affect some of us. We will not get nowhere to get it from.
I go to the Franco, they say, oh, before I was started so I'm going to talk and I never put one face, but I said, cool. That I would have made a point as well as I want money to go open a post and I will get nothing for that. We are with the reason we signed the court, therefore I don't eat to pay our rent, but they want to pay our train school fee, but when they won't be.
Well, viewers, if you just join us, a reminder that you'll be watching Lntv News Live here on Lntv. My name is DAVIES, and stories we're following on the program. World Bank approves financial assistance to Liberia in the country's fight against COVID-19. Ahead of deployment tonight, Armed Forces of Liberia vows not to harm peaceful and law-abiding citizens during the stay-home restriction enforcement. Good Friday and National Fast and Prayer Day passed off quietly as Liberians begin observing state of emergency. And away from home, new outbreak of Ebola confirmed in the Democratic Republic of Congo amidst the country's fight against the coronavirus. More stories are still ahead. Keep tuned. We'll be right back after this break. Marketers in Oro are being urged to abide by the state of emergency declared by President George Weah to contain the spread of the coronavirus. Speaking in an interview with this station Friday, Old Road Market Superintendent Julia Bani said marketers are willing to join efforts to defeat the virus.
Because we are in the market 24 hours, only Sunday we can't come here. So when we go, we never hear about.
Okay. So the way today now, almost everybody rushing to party because tomorrow, by 3 o'clock, everybody will be inside your phone and we are selling today. They're buying. You see people coming in the market plenty.
People start buying from yesterday. All the stores empty for where people will get them. But we pass tomorrow, we can buy back home. It's not easy. Because they're not working. We the car, we the man. So, that's what we're depending on. It's not so much easy. So more people worrying. The stress of the people that were selling for the market. Very, not easy. We're very effective. Not smart.
Meanwhile, Madam Bani said stringent measures have since been put in place to prevent the spread of the virus in the area.
All the table of the hotel, the guy, you see routine for our people who help us. The pre-routine, the project of all year, who share all over. When they are okay, you don't get anything to pull, but I use a lot of cake. The which we don't want for customer to come inside because somebody enter, you must make sure you wash your hands before you enter.
The people say they get 4 cases in Oro, that one get worried or small.
We hear on the table, but we don't see it on the road because Oro big. But we never hear it on the side, Peter. The same there, or Chuba, the same there.
Now, as the number of coronavirus cases and deaths gradually climbing Liberia, many community residents are getting involved in the fight to prevent the virus from entering their communities. One area that has reported cases of the virus is the Old Road in Sinker, but the community is not taking chances this time as residents are ensuring people entering the area adhere to health protocols.
I still report today. I locked my shop because of the situation I found ourselves in now. And we try our best to be here and put the rope down for everyone who entering in this community, but should wash our hand. And every Bago, government official, anyone, you must stop to wash your hand at least to stop the virus to spread all over. Yeah, people coming with sanitizer. Sometimes people use different sanitizer. You have to wash your hand, Paul. The sanitizer, some you put some over our hand. You smell it if it is real sanitizer because sometimes people use fake thing. Yeah, because some of them don't want to go by the law or to go by the rules, which government say. So some of them use different thing. So you put some on our hand, we smell it if it's a real sanitizer or the alcohol or anything to use to prevent yourself, then will allow you to pack. Some.
At the same time, Liberia's permanent representative designate to the International Maritime Organization, Moses Owen Brown, has praised communities for their involvement in the fight to contain the coronavirus. He expressed optimism that with the adherence to the health measures, Liberia will soon defeat the virus. Let's take another story. Sorry for that. The Chief Executive Officer of the National Toiletries, Fomba Trawale, has donated some assorted materials to the General Services Agency, the GSA, in Monrovia as part of his company's contribution to the fight against the coronavirus. Speaking Friday at GSA office in Monrovia, Mr. Trawale said his institution was moved to intervene because of how the virus is spreading fast.
We have to identify ourselves with the disease that we don't receive and we don't deserve it. And we can't sit at the back there, we don't identify ourselves to the community. And we wish that, God can take the disease from us. And we also appreciate the effort of the president that approached you to be the head of the management team. So we tell them why to bring this, the toiletry that is part of also the fight, which is about $400,000 $1. It's about 100 back of the tissue. Go over that again.
While receiving the items, the coordinator of the Executive Committee on Coronavirus, Madam Mary Broad, thanked the National Toiletries for the gesture and reiterated calls for Liberians and foreign residents to abide by the health protocols.
I, on behalf of President George Manawia, who appointed me, along with the international community, to be the coordinator, national coordinator for COVID-19 response, we would like to thank you for your generosity.
Thank you.
This is going to last. It's going to help people in the communities. We go back to the communities. It is community-based. Let the people have ownership. Let us save lives. If a community dweller gets one or two of these, he or she will be grateful. It's not for Mirabro, it's not for any of them, but it is for the community dwellers. I want you to know that. It goes to the communities. Whatever is donated here, it is community-based. I want you to know that. It's not for any conference room, boardroom, ministry, or government official. It's for the people. Because we have to make sure we save lives. And then we will heal the land and the people will heal. We should understand that this virus is very dangerous. But we also have to let each other know that this disease, this virus will be defeated by us because we shall follow the health protocols. We will tell our people in the communities that we shall defeat this virus.
Now, 3 administrative districts in Electoral District 2, Bapolu County, including Bele and Bokomo, have benefited from anti-coronavirus materials donated by Bapolu County District 2 Representative Kani Wezo. Presenting the materials, Representative Wezo called on residents of District 2 to follow all coronavirus preventive protocols that's instituted by government, though that's true the incident management team.
You know, I was joking somebody yesterday, and my friend Joseph Matthews, he said, I'm getting about 250 bags of rice to carry to Komba. I was just laughing. I said, but Joseph, you're behind time. I have over abundance of rice packing. So it is not a question of hunger for me. He said, oh, man, you probably get big more. I said, no, go check. I have rice upon rice in the district, and I know my people from this discussion will also be sending messages up country through the chief, and so that the elders will decide what to do with some of the rice, if they can sell some, to buy other things that they want to buy during this period of observation of 21 days. We will do that at the technical level. So I just want to say big welcome, and we were able to get 100 buckets, as you see them over there. 100 buckets will be pumped, and then we'll be putting some tile soap and other things in it.
In remarks, the chairman of the Tumu River Union, Albert Samuka, lauded the Bapolu lawmaker for the gesture, describing it as a life-saving initiative.
You know, I was joking somebody yesterday, and my friend Joseph Matthews, he said, I'm getting about 250 bags of rice to carry to Komba. I was just laughing. I said, but Joseph, you're behind time. I have over abundance of rice packing.
Sorry for that technical problem. Religious leaders have been urged to pray for doctors, nurses, and other health workers at the front line of the fight against the coronavirus, according to the head of internal medicine at the Redemption Hospital, Dr. Joseph Dwanan. These health practitioners work overtime to ensure that the lives of infected persons are safe. Dr. Dwanan made the assertion Friday when Bapolo County District Representative Kani Wezo donated assorted anti-coronavirus material at his Painesville residence.
As such, Honorable, I want to tell you thank you very much for inviting me and all my friends that we have been going to do and all these people here. Theater, now I can't go. I can't go to Bianchi. You know, it hurts me. Because if I run away, they will say, oh, the doctors will run away. But you pray for us as doctors. As we talk to you now, our interns, some of our nurses who work closely with us, some of them have come down. And we just pray that they will get over. But we cannot shut the hospitals down. We only ask the government at this junction, as our own Honorable, the President, His Excellency said, even those who you want to retire and they have not reached the age, the official age of retirement, they say 60. But we know as doctors and high-tech professionals, lawyers, you know say better. 60 is, you still got some, you are still vibrant, you still have some vitality to offer the nation. Those who should be considered recall and give their just compensation. But most important,
the Stakeholders United for Development has donated medical gears to 3 media institutions. The media institutions are Truth FM, Cool FM, and the Liberia Broadcasting System, respectively. Making the donation, the chairman of the organization, Dennis Dimlen, said it is a gesture from the organization to buttress government efforts in the fight against the coronavirus.
The Stakeholders United for the Development of Liberia have gotten involved in so many activities, specifically agricultural activities, health activities, education as well. Today, because of the outbreak of this pandemic, we decided to get involved into one of our initiatives, especially in the health area. So we brought these few health-related materials to be distributed among health facilities and other important institutions. The items we have here today are nose masks, 40 cartons, and hand gloves, 40 cartons, with 5,000 $11 cash to be given to 3 media outlets, Cool FM, True FM, and ELBC, to help purchase some hand sanitizers of their choice. So we will also call on the national broadcasters to represent the 3 media outlets that we brought in presenting our.
Receiving the donation, the Director of Operations at the Liberia Broadcasting System, Samuel Brown, thanked the organization for the gesture.
On behalf of the Liberia Broadcasting System, I'm Samuel S.B. Brown, attending the representative of the system. We will express our kind appreciation to the Stakeholders United for the Development of Liberia. We say thank you for being so thoughtful in times like these where lives are just going and we can't even know to whom we can turn to now, because our enemy is highly invincible. Our enemy is highly invincible. So again, we say thanks for being so thoughtful, but we'll keep you just as you kept on your mind. We'll continue to do so as well. Anytime we're doing our promo and so, we ensure that we have your name lifted up. Not much to be said. We say thank you again.
Away from Liberia just 2 days before the outbreak of Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo was to be declared over, the World Health Organization, the WHO, says a new case has been confirmed. More than 3,400 people have been infected and 2,200 have died since the outbreak was announced in eastern DR Congo nearly 2 years ago. The authorities were preparing to declare the epidemic over on Sunday, but it will now have to keep fighting the Ebola as well as COVID-19 and measles. On that note, that's how we end this evening's edition of the program Lntv News Live here on Lntv. Join us on Monday morning when we'll be back here with another edition of the program. Before we leave, these are stories we follow on this edition of the program. World Bank approves financial assistance to Liberia in the country's fight against COVID-19. Ahead of deployment tonight, Armed Forces of Liberia vows not to harm peaceful and law-abiding citizens during stay-home restriction enforcement. Good Friday and National Fast and Prayer Day pass off quietly as Liberians begin observing state of emergency. And away from Liberia, new outbreak of Ebola confirmed in the Democratic Republic of Congo amidst the country's fight against the coronavirus. That's how we end this edition of the program. Join us next week, Monday. We'll be back here with another edition of the program. On behalf of the entire news team here at Lntv, my name is JARP, wishing you a pleasant good evening. Bye-bye for now.
Atoe Gavu Pere num place là aussi varbe de yo nyon ayi coin you la gare ko pe lese de izeke pe anyen wa be ni mami aka ma ka ida kan ka kure wo